You're watching McKinney Vision. Online, on air.
Some folks are born made to wave the flag, ooh, they're red, white, and blue. And when the band plays hail to the chief, ooh, they point the cannon at you.
The Vietnam War was a time of great controversy. As with all wars, those who served were asked to put their lives on hold and do whatever was needed for the country. Over 58,000 soldiers would not return. In March of 2012, the Vietnam Veterans Day was proclaimed, commemorating the 11 years when the United States servicemen and women were deployed to Southeast Asia. This exhibit in McKinney, called the Vietnam Syndrome, shows what life was like for many of them.
We lived in what's called hooches, but right outside each hooch we have a bunker. And so when we get hit at night, you run out the hooch and you run into the bunker and grab your weapons. And if it's just a rocket attack, you stand there till it's over. If it's an actual attack, well, you head out to we had bunkers all around the perimeter. And so everybody's assigned certain bunkers. And so you get out there and that's your position.
Hooches, they called them. It was buildings with plywood about this high, then screen, and then a metal roof. And during the monsoons, we had tarps we rode down, but they weren't safe for an artillery attack or anything. We had these bunkers out there you could run into and get into there, and they were a little more safer.
The exhibit brings to life the war which ended over 50 years ago. A Vietnamese television crew visiting Texas were recent visitors.
They'll realize how good they have it here. When you're over there, under those conditions, living that way, you don't realize how good it is. You have it here in the United States, in your home, till you go over there. And then when you come back, you appreciate what you have here, which you may have thought was so modest. When you come back home, it's like a mansion.
Back then you saw it in the newsreels and all, but you didn't really see how we lived, the guys that are every day. You saw us out in the field during combat operations, but they never showed the guys back in the base camp. Like in Vietnam, the way they described it was a regular day is over 23 hours and 59 minutes of boredom and 1 minute of pure terror.
For most in the United States during those times, Vietnam was a far-off land. For these veterans and others who served with them, they feel the strong obligation to preserve memories of those years, and especially the memories of those lost in the war. This exhibit is an opportunity to remember and honor the sacrifice. Coral Schuchman, McKinney Vision.